So this section we're dividing still, but we're going to use synthetic division, which is an easier way, but we can only use it sometimes. So we learn long division and then we're like, if you see this, you can use synthetic. So when can you use synthetic? And it's when the coefficient of the divisor equals 1. So you cannot use it when the coefficient of the divisor does not equal 1. So if we're looking at an example, this one down here, we can use synthetic. We don't even need to look at this part. We're only looking at this. This is the divisor. This is the coefficient. See how it's 1x? Because that equals 1, we can use synthetic. Say we were taking the same thing again, x cubed plus x squared minus 7x plus 2, and we were dividing it by 2x plus 1. Because of this 2, that means we cannot use synthetic. This number in the divisor next to the x has to be 1 to use synthetic division. So when we look at synthetic, we want to take the root, which is the opposite sign of the constant in the divisor. So we're looking at two things. We're looking at the coefficient and then the constant. The divisor is really important. So we're going to set it up. You put the number 2, I call it over here in your instructions, in your box. So you put a little box around that 2, and then you want to use the coefficients. So 1, 1, those are invisible, -7, and 2. Those are your coefficients and what you're dividing into. So 1, 1, -7, 2. And then leave space because you're going to add and draw a line. So step 2 says bring down the leading coefficient to the bottom row. So this is step 2. I'm bringing down the 1. That's it. Okay, and then we want to multiply what we just wrote by the number in the box. So 1 times 2 is 2. Then we're going to add 3. And then we do the same thing all over again. 2 times 3 is +6, and then we're going to add. -7 plus 6 is -1. Then we do it again. -1 times 2 is -2. Then we're going to add. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we have 4 numbers here. The last one is the remainder. And then see how we started with x cubed? You're going to go 1 degree down when we write our quotient. So this 1 is going to take the next degree. So x cubed, x squared. +3, and then you're just going to go down. X squared, what would be next? X, and then -1. So this is our quotient. Quick, right? It's x squared plus 3x minus 1, because I don't need that one in the front, with a remainder of 0. And I like to just remind you what you just did. So if we take x squared plus 3x minus 1, our quotient, and multiply it by the divisor, x minus 2, we're going to get this. X cubed plus x squared minus 7x plus 2. So remember, when we're dividing, we're finding the missing piece when in our multiplication. And that is synthetic division.